funny if it wasn't sad. He has a budget of 1 trillion shillings. 1 trillion shillings. Just 10% of that money, get it off. Give it to Makerere University. No more charging students at campus. Why is that impossible, for God's sake? Just take 50% of that so-called PDM budget, the money that Museveni moves around giving people, that we cannot give result for. Put only 50%. 50%, 500 billion. Put it in the education sector and ensure that there is universal tertiary institution across the country. Make all universities free. It is achievable. Why is it so hard? It can only be hard because the person in power does not want smart people. Because the person in power wants people from a certain section to be educated. Because he's practicing, I don't know, but if I was still in the ghetto, I would call it education apartheid. For only a few people. You're not going to find no ghetto child making it to education. You'll hustle, sell your maize, go fish to ensure you take your child through primary and education. Back then, you would think that if a child is commented and, intelligent, they will make it to education and the nation will benefit. Not anymore. We want to bring that back. We are going to bring that back. So just PDM money. And I'm talking about there's lots of other monies that are being wasted. But look at that PDM money alone. If I was in power, that PDM money would not be there. Half to healthcare, half to education. Then you have free university education across the country. You have free healthcare in the country. And there is more money, by the way. So that is doable. I want any professor to come and tell me that doesn't work. These are simple things that the likes of Ibrahim Traore are doing, and they're helping the country. These are the things, I know Idi Amin had his problems, but these are the things that people like Idi Amin did. You only need to love your country, as simple as that. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not only education and healthcare that are our problem. Some people are farmers, some people are traders, and they will be richer, they will be more successful if the country was functioning, if we had a functioning infrastructure. You all know that once upon a time there was a train going to Kasese, going to northern Uganda, going to west. We would have inland flights from Kampala, from Porto, Kampala, Arua, Kampala, Kisumu. We don't have that anymore because the infrastructure is dead. Look at our roads. They are not only dead traps, but they have strangled our economy completely. Recently, and our first lady talked about it yesterday, we had Anita Amono, the chief thief, complaining about our roads. Somebody is asking what happened to our expensive car. But these roads, ladies and gentlemen, can also be fixed. I don't think he wanted to step on too many toes, but if Right Honorable Senyonyi could speak on the corruption, then you'd leave this room very depressed. 10 trillion is lost in corruption every year. 10 trillion shillings. Stolen by the people we know. I want you to go to YouTube and look for a complaint, a sulking by the Inspector General of Government, Betty Kami, about corruption. And she was very clear about it. She said Uganda has all resources that we need. Challenge is that that money is stolen, not by a lot of people, by a few, a small fraction. You see now they want to take them. Thank you. A small fraction of people. Now imagine, and I sat with my friends and said, how am I? Maybe I'll have another microphone in later. Now that money can do just so much. Let me give you this picture. Uganda has a total of 36,000 square kilometers of road network. Even going by these rates, the exaggerated rates, you know the road building rates in Uganda are way higher than anywhere in the world. No wonder we have the most expensive road in the world. In the world, that Interior Express, the most expensive road in the world. Okay, let us go by their budgeting. With that 10 trillion that's lost every year, it is projected that in just a matter of 3 years, if we ensure that that bottomless hole that is taking our money is covered, that money can fix our road network, our entire road network, in 3 years. If there was political will by the leaders that are in charge of the country. So you see, what we want achieved can be achieved. It only takes people that love the country. You know why it's not being fixed? Because that money is needed to bribe the people that no longer support the dictatorship. That money is needed to buy people, to pay them out. Corruption is now a currency in Uganda. It is what is sustaining the regime. So once we end that corruption, yes, it will mean that even me as president, I won't be able to use that corruption to stay in power for countless years because I'm not even invested. So when we get there, we are going to achieve that. Those things are doable. Those things are very, very doable, ladies and gentlemen. And like Bobi said, and I agree with him, it is possible. It is possible to have an inclusive economy where the numbers that are presented to world forums are not only representative of a few people that speak the same language and look like each other. It should be reflecting the entire prosperity of a country. From the north to the south, from the west to the east, everywhere. We need to fight that poverty, but that poverty is fought by just a stroke of a pen. To give back the economy to the people and make it inclusive and ensure that wealth is not restricted to only one group of people. That employment is not restricted to only one group of people. But the things that used to make them rich, many of you here were educated on coffee money. But you saw what they did to coffee. Same thing they did to cotton. Same thing they did to tobacco. Same thing they did to vanilla. And now, even the legs have been taken over. So we want to give back the economy to the people, and we are going to do that. We are going to do that. Our country is rich, and that wealth is going to belong to Ugandans. Today, I was in South Africa, and I was intrigued by a presentation by Honorable Samba from Kasanda. Honorable Samba comes from Kasanda. You all know Uganda exports gold in large amounts. We export up to $3 billion worth of gold from Uganda. Did you know that? $3 billion worth. $1 billion, not billion shillings. We sell gold worth $3 billion every year in Uganda. 40% of that gold comes from Kasanda. In Kasanda, there is no single tarmac road where 40% of $3 billion comes from. I'm not going to talk about their hospitals, their health centers. I'm not going to talk about their schools. There's no single tarmac road in Kasanda. Okay? All the places, all the lands where gold was discovered were taken over by the Museveni family exclusively. If it's not Museveni, it's Janet Museveni. If it's not Janet Museveni, it is this alcoholic. If it's not, it is Sodo. If it's not, it is Saleh. That is how it is. Okay? The gold business is a conversation that I want to request you to have even when you're catching a drink, so that Ugandans, wherever they know that they are rich. Friends, we are rich. And I go smile.